Good morning and welcome back to PPL Sydney. This is Dylan Kinlan live with you. We have got the men's action underway right now. We've got closest to camera George Wall, Mitchell Hargraves. And they are up against Vish Masand and Taylor Smith. Just got to get a score update from our official Gray. Pickleroll underway. Speed up. Great Pickleroll so far. Good patience by the gentleman. That's to be expected by these guys. They all do play very patient pickleball. Nice shot. Hopefully Gray calls it so we can hear. Guessing he just said 2-1. We're going to go with that for now. Either way, welcome in. Thank you so much for watching. We've got the footage available on the PPL Facebook page and the PPL YouTube channel, wherever you may be. It's good to have you. Pickleroll once again starting. The gentleman opting for a bit more of a slower play style so far. I will be honest, it took me a little bit to recognise Mitchell Hargraves. He had a bit of a haircut, clean trimmed, looking nice. That's a solid pop-up. Masand doing everything but can't get that last one back over. He's playing with George Wall. Genuine superstar of the Australian scene. I don't know what the seeding was for this event, but I think it's fair to say Wall and Hargraves are probably up there in the high numbers. That goes long from Smith. Wall unfortunately missed the last PPL event that we did in St. Lucia at UQ, as I believe he was in the States for a holiday. So welcome back, George. Good to have you. Currently 4-1-1. There we go. Speed up. Masand defending. Double hand is good. Third reset. Pickleroll pop-up is there. Wall opting not to take it. Smith to Wall. That one goes long. George Wall and Mitchell Hargraves both have incredible reach. Dominant presence at the net. Speed up. Oh, what a reset. Masand defending really well at the moment. Oh, Wall had it, couldn't complete. Second server. We saw Masand and Taylor Smith play really well earlier. Smith was in multiple volley battles. I imagine we'll see the similar sort of play style this time around for Vish Masand. He's been resetting everything so far. You can see Smith and Wall having a yarn. It's a beautiful thing about the PPL events is everyone, like, don't get me wrong, there are little rivalries and players that like to get the win over each other, but overall everyone is in fair spirit, plays hard, plays fair. Hargraves, third shot drop is good. Fifth shot transition into the Pickleroll. Shootout. Oh, Smith just dropping that a bit short. Hargraves, captain consistent. Very unusual dink error there. He is normally incredibly reliable at the net. I will say though, he's not getting much of the ball so far. George Wall's getting majority of it. Pretty crazy to consider that if you want to try and freeze out Mitchell Hargraves, you've got to hit it to George Wall, who's an elite player in his own right, winning that exchange with Taylor Smith. We have a timeout here on the side of Massand and Smith. We're going to go through to a commercial break. We'll be back into it as soon as the gentlemen recommence the court. Thank you once again to
Can I have another lager, please?
Same for me.
What do you reckon?
It's good. Another lager. No booze, no worries.
Welcome back. Score is currently 7-1-2. Once again, thank you to Heaps Normal being one of the sponsors of the Brisbane Breakers. Getting involved with the PPL teams. Shootout. Hassan slowing it down. Dinkrelli once again underway. Oh, Smith down the line. However, Wall and Hargraves resetting very well here. Massan speeding it up. Ooh, bit of spice on that one. Straight into the net, unfortunately. 8-1-2. Ooh, Wall had it. Couldn't capitalise. Massan opting not to ATP. Foot fault. I believe it was a foot fault, or maybe a paddle hit the net, I'm not too sure. Either way, side out, 1-8-1. Taylor Smith to bring it in. Ooh, Massan threatening. Solid control drive there down the middle. You can see Wall and Hargraves, every opportunity that they get, they're discussing strategies, what they can do to get back into it. Speed up, Massan slowing it down. Wall opting to speed it up again, Smith getting caught. A1-1, Mitchell Hargraves to serve. Great shot. Currently 9-1-1. Dinkrelli's good. Front on dinking here. Oh, George Wall too strong. He's so good at speeding it up. And make no mistake about it, Taylor Smith has incredible hands too at the net. Game point here for Hargraves and Wall. They're in cruise control right now. Massan defending everything. Except for that one, LBW. Taylor Smith getting caught in the leg. Wall and Hargraves will take the first victory. And we're going to go through to another commercial break. We're back live as soon as the gentlemen recommence.
Discover a community designed for over 50s that lets you do you.
Welcome back. Thank you once again to all of our sponsors. All right, what can Massan and Smith do here after their game one loss? Need to bounce back. For Wall and Hargraves, though, as expected, very consistent, minimal errors. Goes long, discipline there by Hargraves, letting it go. Solid transition. Dinkrelli once again underway. And this is to be expected from Hargraves and Wall. They love a dink. Love to take their time. Very traditional pickleball. Personally, I'm a massive fan. I love traditional pickleball. When you get that volley opportunity, though, as I imagine we're about to see a speed up, the guys will take it very well. George Wall does exactly that, goes too far, however, well done by Vish. Lets it go. So 0-2, neither team getting anything so far. See Hargraves down the middle, into the net. And we often talk about that from a coaching perspective with dinking. Mixing it up. Like that there, Hargraves just dink in the middle. Nothing crazy. Oh, nutmeg. Nice shot there by Smith. But the dink in the middle, it just causes a bit of a communication error, a bit of a mishap, just being unpredictable. 0-1-1, Vish Massan to serve. Third shot drop is good. Oh, there's an Ernie. Great shot. Captain Consistent showing us how to do it. Well done. Second server, Taylor Smith with ball in hand. Hops the drive. This shot is good. Ding transition. Forehand roll, and he's good. Players recommenced. Massan with the reset. Ball is slowed it back down. Ah, Smith did all the hard work. But as I mentioned earlier, Wall and Hargraves really opting for that dink playstyle. As a result, we had an error there for Smith. Our official, Gray's just making sure the ball's still around. I mean, these fellas have been whacking it so hard. Fair enough. One 0-1. Wall to serve. Oh, forehand roll. Hargraves applying the topspin. Beautifully placed right on the tee, medium rare. And it's just about a picture perfect shot. The PPL team have done a fantastic job of preparing all the courts and getting them all ready. Really good experience for all the players involved. Speed up. Smith opts to slow it down. Cross dink once more. Massan walloping that one too far. Transition, speed up. Oof. George Wall, absolutely lethal with those forehand opportunities. If they're even remotely too high, he will punish you for it. Smith really moving around. ATP, just too wide. Difficult shot too. That was a forehand ATP on the left side, so he's a right-handed player. Most would opt for a backhand in that opportunity, but Smith using his feet. Oh, nice shot. Wall pumping it down near the toes. Mitchell Hargraves the serve. Third shot drop. Dink rally. Oh, well played, Vish Massan. Great shot. Oh, ball is out. Second server. Yep. Transition's good. Dink rally once more underway. I think it's fair to say that George Wall and Mitchell Hargraves have won the dink battle so far. Hargraves speeding it up. Net roll. Massan firing. Ball's still good. Patience from the gentleman so far. Oh, just short. Well done to Taylor Smith and Vish Massan. Vish happy with himself after that one. Big smile. Smith trying to fire up the court. Forever the entertainer. Oh, good backhand roll into the forehand. Wall poaching. Hargraves finishing. Massan getting it back. Oh, Vish. Just wide. Just relentless pressure from Hargraves and Wall. A switch here on the side of Smith and Vish. Wall with the error. Wall to bring it in. Good hands. Third shot drop is good. We had a poach attempt from Smith, not to be. Oh, backhand roll. George Wall with another error. I believe it's 171. Fortunately, Gray, our official, just out of ear's reach. Dinkerelli underway once more. Oh, ball's good. What a shot there by Smith. Tremendous angle. Solid dinking. Wall really moving Masand around. Smith getting involved. Fair to say Hargraves a little bit frozen out here. However, he gets the ball in this exchange. Very patient play. Haven't seen a lob yet either. Oof. Good hands. We have a timeout here on the side of, I believe it's Hargraves and Wall. They're seeing the momentum change. Going to go through to a commercial break. We're back live as soon as the gentlemen are ready to go. Thank you once again to all of our sponsors. I'm going to go live. Yep. Welcome back. Players recommenced. Timeout proving fruitless for Wall and Hargraves. Smith and Masand. I don't know if momentum swung in their favour, but either way, they are slowly making their way back into it. Net roll. Pop up, the wall strike, forehand roll, firefight underway. Masand with another pop up, Wall opting to dink instead. Mitchell Hargraves down the middle, too strong. Great shot. Fish Masand to serve. Good shootout. Ball still live. Masand getting it back. Tremendous hands from both gentlemen. This is what I love about men's pickleball. You'll see a crazy firefight and then they'll just slow it back down. Wait for that opportunity. High level pickleball right now here at PPL Sydney. Wall, too good. Just pure patience. That forehand roll down the middle. Well played. Switch here on the side of Masand and Smith. Backhand roll. First to the right side, then the middle. Wall opening the opposition up. Well played. 2 points in it. Currently 8-5. Hargraves and Wall definitely in control at the moment. Wall transition is good. Dinkrally once again underway. Backhand roll to a forehand. Wall poaching. Smith unable to get it back over. 2 points off victory here for Wall and Hargraves. Oh, great pickup. Smith defending. Oh, Masan, what a roll. Ball is good. Oh, Taylor Smith. He somehow falconed himself. Oh, what a rally. Tremendous defensive effort there for Smith and Masan. We have a timeout here on the side of Smith and Masan. Taylor may want to check himself for concussion after whacking himself in the head, but we'll go through to a commercial break while he does that. And we're back into the end of this game. Welcome back. Game point. Or match point, rather, sorry. See if Wall and Smith can make the most of their opportunity. It doesn't seem to be the case. The victory will go to George Wall and Mitchell Hargraves, too strong in the end.
Hello.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
How you going? I'm Sam. Nice to meet you.
We're going to leave the broadcast up. We won't be closing it down throughout our events today, but we'll just go through and wait until our next set of players will get underway. This is Dylan Kimlin as live as always. Thank you for tuning in. I believe we'll be going on to our gold medals pretty soon with both the ladies and the gentlemen, so we'll be back live as soon as everyone's ready to go. Thank you. Good morning and welcome back to Sydney. This is Dylan Kimlin live from the PPL Sydney Championships, and we got the women's gold medal underway. Furthest from camera, we have the combination, the young guns, Danielle Townsend and Amelia Schmidt. And they're up against the team in purple, Katie Hart and Rose Van Rieck. Looks like we got an immediate side out. Townsend to serve. I have a very special guest joining me for this event this weekend. She's a bit of a pro herself, and I'm very lucky to have her coming in, giving all the analysis and explaining the game at a high level. None other than Michelle Chin. How are we doing, Michelle?
Doing well today. It's a bit warm, but looks like the players are adjusting really well. But it's going to be a good match, I feel.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Obviously, for the viewers at home, they may have seen the event that we showed with Katie Hart and Rose Van Rieck earlier today. The ladies were in fine form. As we've already seen, that one goes wide, we've already seen Van Rieck and Hart today. Michelle, what's your input on, just give a brief explanation of what you would think, what can we expect to see from Danielle and Amelia for this game?
Well, Amelia, she really likes that left side of the court there. I think she'll kind of wait for the right balls to speed up with her two-hand backhand, kind of do the cross-court dinking with Rose Van Rieck, and then waiting for Danny to get ready to hit those balls and put away.
Yep. Well, fair call. Speaking of which, we immediately see a dink exchange. It's always a good feeling when you're proven right. So unfortunately, our officials are standing right in the way of our kitchen cam, so we'll go back to the primary, and that has gone out. But we are using the Franklin X40s for this set of games. Once again, thank you to Franklin for being the official ball of Pickleball Australia. This will be 3 games to 11, win by 2, with the players swapping at 6 should we get to a third game. Schmidt with the recovery. Net roll goes wide.
Van Rieck just pushing that one a little bit too much, aiming for the lines. I think she needs to settle down a little bit, just at the start.
So,
Get their nerves in.
well, yep, we've immediately seen a timeout.
I think that's a good use of a timeout. If you're not on the right track at the start, pickleball, you get points really quickly, so it's a good idea.
Yeah, fair point, and I think we should probably mention as well, the players get 2 timeouts and 1 medical timeout. So the 2 timeouts per game and then 1 medical for the entirety of the match. I'm going to go through to a commercial break while we wait for the ladies to recommit. So now we're back. Welcome back. Thank you once again to Franklin for being the official ball of Pickleball Australia. Amelia Schmidt to bring the ball in after that timeout. There's that backhand drive that Michelle mentioned. Van Rieck down the middle, great shot. Michelle, as Rose and Katie have got that left-handed, right-handed combination, we're seeing it's quite common now. We saw a game earlier with Sarah Burr and Beck Kingsley utilising the same style of play. What are the benefits of using that?
Well, I think you have a really good advantage with just the reach, because most of the time people will aim for the middle ball, middle of the court. It gives you a bit more space. And with the look of it as well, the left-hand player and the right-hand player, they can cover a lot more down the middle. So it might look like it's open, but it's not really.
Yep. Off.
They just have to watch for those down-the-line shots with the backhands, because you don't have that reach.
Well, talking about being open, Schmidt saw that good half a metre there down the right side of court, punished Katie Hart. Their roll, dink rally underway.
This is a great use of a timeout for these guys here. They're getting some points now.
I believe I just heard 2-6 from our official. I don't know if that's correct or not. We'll have to check in a tick. Great shot.
It was a very smart shot by Danny. Again, Gotta aim for those backhands when you have a high ball because they can
Yep.
cover so much in the middle.
Yeah, open up that paddle face, crest to the left side of court. Yeah, it is 6-2. Sheesh. Townsend and Schmidt on fire. Oh, Katie Hart. She's got a very strong smash heart. I mentioned in the last game, she was at a very high percentage with her smash opportunities. So I imagine she'll carry that form through to this game as well.
Ooh, and a lucky net cord there.
Where was the dive? Townsend lunging, couldn't get back over. We have a side out. Dean Crowley underway. So who do you think? Ooh, Ernie there from Van Reek. So regarding those cross-dink exchanges, so you're saying that that's going to benefit Amelia?
I think Amelia really has improved on her two hands cross-court dinks, and she really likes that speed up, waiting for that ball down the middle.
Yep.
So I think that Rose should definitely get ready for hitting quite a few backhands, but I think Amelia might be on the... Ooh. She'd like to have that one back, but I think Amelia would be on the coming out of those a bit more so far this match.
Oh, net roll. Goes too long. And that'll be a second server for Schmidt and Townsend. So what is Townsend's role in this here? You mentioned Amelia a lot. What's Danielle opting to do for her team?
Well, I think Danny's bringing in a lot of firepower, trying to put it away when she can, especially when you go across court. If Amelia can keep it low there, then Danny can come step in, just like how Katie can do the same for Rose. So because they're the lefties, you do see, instead of the right side of the court player hitting more of the dinks, you will see the left side more often. So it's just a matter of Danny being ready to get those balls that might stay a little bit higher. A bit more difficult because it will be her backhand.
Oh, wow.
Great shot by Amelia right there.
Yeah, that double-handed backhand from Amelia Schmidt. The thing of beauty, she doesn't miss very often.
It's difficult to read. Looks very similar to her dinks.
Pop up there, Amelia coming in. And that wall that Townsend and Schmidt forms, quite daunting, especially when you're trying to transition to there. Townsend serving. Firefight, good hands.
Oh, and a great put away there by Katie. Really got a lot of power on that hit.
Well, you mentioned that Townsend bringing that firepower. That's exactly what she did in that exchange. Unfortunately, muddling that one up.
I just saw the thing about the address. It's Century Drive.
Currently 2-7, Katie Hart serving. I've noticed, Michelle, that there's a lot of third shot drops this game so far. The ladies not like traditionally all these ladies can thump the ball. Any logic to that? Any reason why they may be trying to do that?
I think that they're all very good at dealing with drives, so they just want to get up to the net, and if they don't do a good one, they know they'll be punished by the other side.
Good hands.
That was a great reset.
Oh, Amelia Schmidt, sheesh. No, backhand proving.
Very lethal.
Yeah, she's getting a lot of points from it. And I've noticed actually that Townsend reset quite a lot of the volleys there, which, as you mentioned, she's normally
quite aggressive.
Yeah.
But their gameplay is working right now. They're doing very well. And a great put away by Danny.
Pop up once more. Oh, too much. Van Reek nearly dunking herself on the head. We saw that in the last game with Taylor Smith doing the same thing. Second server. Oh, sorry. 8-3. We have a switch here on the side of Hart and Van Reek. Good pick up, side resets. Back to that cross dink rally. Goes long.
And Katie was waiting for that one, but just overshot it a little bit. She's starting to read those speed ups by Amelia.
And it seems to be one thing I've noticed with the commentary side of things, Michelle, is that you'll see teams will get to a comfortable position where they want to be in that. Like you mentioned, the cross dink rally between Schmidt and Van Reek, Townsend catching Rose there. Even though there was a mad firefight in that game we saw earlier on, they immediately went to that cross dink rally. It's like you want to be comfortable, right? We have a game point opportunity here for Schmidt and Townsend. Timeout called. Ladies, love a breather. We're going to go through to another commercial break. Once again, I'd like to thank Engage, the official paddle of the Australian pickleball space.
Things have a funny way of sneaking up on us. You play once, and you want to play again and again and again. You find yourself in driveways, courts, clubs, tournaments. You ask friends, colleagues, or even someone new. Today and every day, we celebrate the athlete in all of us. It's time to get out and play.
Thank you. Game has ended. We just caught the end of it. So game one, go to Schmidt and Townsend. Solid play. And the ladies will have a breather. And then we will get underway for our second game. It is definitely warming up here in Blacktown Leisure Centre. If you are in the local area, please pop on down. Got a wonderful Yola tent set up, food trucks ready to go, as well as various tents and wares available for purchase. And also, more importantly, you get to watch the best players in Australia go head to head. Michelle, it's the worst thing, right? Sitting here watching when you could be on court.
Yep, you always want to be on court when you're watching it. Well, it's great to see these ladies are all playing really well. It's good to see such high-level play in Australia.
Not wrong. It looks like Van Reek and Hart are hopping back on court.
It'll be interesting to see if they change anything or if Katie is able to insert herself a little bit more, because I think Rose at the moment, she's getting a bit singled out and
Yep.
they're just not winning the points that way at the moment.
Well, we talk about freezing out quite a lot in the advanced scene, and that seems to be the case. This game has restarted. We're just waiting for our officials. 0-0-2, Townsend to bring it in. First points going to Schmidt and Townsend. And, I mean, if we look at the mental side of things from the other perspective, you know, Schmidt and Townsend need to keep the foot on the pedal. Katie Hart getting caught out there.
And that's where Danny's being really aggressive so she can stay warm. Even though she knows that Amelia can cover herself, but sometimes when you're not getting a lot of balls, you just need to hit a few.
Ooh.
The one that was a little bit low there.
I think Townsend going for the shoulder check, telling herself off. She's definitely one of the more vocal players we have in the league. Always trying to hype herself up or telling herself what she could do better. Nice recovery, Harp the drive.
Ooh, Katie wants that one back.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like she didn't get as much topspin on that as she would have liked, hit it quite flat. So Van Rijk the serve. So you mentioned earlier that you felt like Hart maybe getting a little bit frozen out. So what can Katie do to get herself in? Well, that's one way. Unfortunately, the execution wasn't there. But what do you think she can do to get herself back into the game?
Well, I think although their forehands are in the middle, sometimes you just need to switch up the positions, make the other team see a different side, a different look. Ooh. She had a big opening there. Katie Hart not happy with herself with that one.
I got to give credit to Danielle Townsend though. That was awesome athleticism for the Ernie.
And she really puts pressure when she can jump quite far for a female.
Yep.
Very athletic.
Okay, I believe our players are just having a chat with the officials, but players recommence 3-0-1. Schmidt, solid drop attempt there. Dink rally once more underway. This is interesting. You mentioned cross thinking, but now it's Hart and Townsend. ATP.
Oh. Got a bit of barrier breakage.
And we'll see, was that in? I'm not too sure what the call was there. Oh, it was. Wonderful shot there for Townsend.
Oh, great shot. And the crowd's getting into it now. Just need a good old ATP, just get it running.
Yeah, easier said than done too, those particular shots. Pop up. Ooh.
Oh, and Katie's fired up. I think that Hart and Van Rijk, they've kind of changed the strategy to hit a few more to Danny. So
Yep.
with the dinks, Rose is hitting them more face on so that Danny goes cross court with Katie. They just have to watch for those ATPs because Danny's very patient, just gets a great shot with that.
A rare driving error there for Amelia Schmidt. Katie Hart earning the side out. 0-5-1. Just waiting for our officials to recall the score and then we will commence play once more. Yeah, you can see the Hart's definitely firing herself up. Trying to get through the difficult passage of play. Well done. First points for Hart and Van Rijk. And now it seems like Van Rijk is frozen out. She hasn't gotten any of the ball. Solid transition. Good footwork.
And you see that Danny will speed it up cross court, which you rarely see in men's or mixed. Not that the ladies are any slower, but it's not coming as quick off the paddle, so they can react a little bit faster and get that ball. But they usually like to do that when you want to catch them off guard.
Yeah, I typically find, and I say this quite a lot in my commentating, that I find the Australian ladies are a lot quicker to initiate that fast play. Whereas the gentlemen, as we saw, we just showed a semi-final with Hargraves and Wall. They're comfortable having like a 40 dink rally and then one put away. Whereas ladies will see a volley immediately start. It's so fascinating to see just different genders, different play style. So we've got Schmidt bringing it in. Currently 5-1. Well left.
And that's one of the hardest shots, Dylan. Leaving the ball when you're down and
Yep.
it's coming right at you. You really want to hit those,
Yep.
but it's a free point.
Yeah, I refer it refer to it as discipline. You need a. That's a great shot. And I mean, there you go. Katie let it go, and then the next play got her opportunity to put that one away. So either way, you know, she got the confidence booster.
And it looks like she's taking a little bit off, still coming very quickly, but just keeping that precision and accuracy.
Ooh, just wide. I can guarantee you if that was in, Townsend would have been licking her lips at another ATP opportunity. Oh, Schmidt.
They're really going at Katie's body at the moment. I think that she's getting a little bit stuck with the chicken wings.
Yeah, jammed up a bit. – 6-1 currently. Solid hands there by Van Rijk. Very defensive. It's a good rally. Oh, Van Rijk.
Great leave. What a point.
Just incredible patience there by Rose. She reset the ball like 7 times in that little exchange. It was crazy.
And Townsend and Schmidt just kept putting on the pressure.
Switcher on the side of Hart and Van Rijk. There's that reset once more.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot by Townsend. Just really waited the last second, opened up the paddle. Very difficult to read.
Yeah, we saw she did that in game 1, didn't she? The exact same shot.
I think it's one of her favorites.
Yep.
And again.
Yep. So hot day here in Blacktown. Looks like we have, oh, speaking of which, timeout. The ladies are going to have a breather and have a drink. Fair enough too. Speaking of drinks, we're going to go through to one of the sponsors for the Brisbane Breakers, Heaps Normal. Once again, thank you for them getting involved with the PPL and one of our wonderful teams here. But we'll be back on as soon as the players are ready to go.
Can I have another lager, please?
Same for me.
What do you reckon?
It's good. Another lager. No booze, no worries.
And we are back. Schmidt looks like she'll be bringing it in for us. There's our forehand drive, Michelle.
It's very effective right now, so I wouldn't stop doing it.
Well, exactly right. You go to the well, right? If it ain't broke, don't try and fix it. Townsend poaching, everything lets it go. That was a bit of a badminton play there.
Yeah.
Oh, it struck Townsend's arm. That was very badminton-esque. Townsend will just let it go over her shoulder for Schmidt. That's cool. You don't see that happen very often.
You don't see that I formation often. Maybe with the Newmans.
Oh. Nice deep return there for Hart. Van Rijk and Hart really need to get some points on the board here. They have a long way to go. Forehand roll. Amelia Schmidt showing her limbo skills, managing to get under the ball there. Side out. Currently 9-1-1. Pop up.
Oh, what a smash.
Yep.
That was a great drive by Schmidt. Handled very well by Van Reek.
Yeah, Katie Hart, I think, out of the games that we've shown this weekend, she's probably had the highest percentage with her smash opportunities. Just puts away everything.
And she's quite tall, so
Yep.
lobbing is very difficult against her.
I don't think we've seen a lob throughout this match.
Yeah, no.
Fair enough too, if you got Katie Hart on court. Chain
Great
goes
set.
long, and the victory will go to Schmidt and Townsend. They will take the gold. That's exactly the kind of start they'll be looking for their campaign here at PPL Sydney. And any final words for that, Michelle, to sum things up?
Great play by all the ladies. Congratulations to Schmidt and Townsend. And they've all played so well there. They can go home proud.
Your gold medalists, make a bit of noise!
Well, we'll be going through to the next set of games soon, I believe. Should have the men's on. But we'll leave the stream going as usual. Just mute for now, and we'll be back live as soon as our next set of players are ready to go. Hello and welcome back to PPL Sydney. This is Dylan Kimlin live with Michelle Chin. We're about to get underway with our Open Men's Gold event. Serving right now, we've got the combination of Jay Grewal and Joey Wild, and they're up against the superstar combination of George Wall and Mitchell Hargraves. Michelle, how are we feeling?
I'm really excited for this match. It's a good matchup. I think there's very good players and kind of complementing styles. Hopefully we see a few firefights, and wishing the players all the best.
Seeing Dink rally immediately. On our broadcast earlier today, we had Hargraves and Wall basically won the game just from that slow, methodical dinking style. You haven't watched too many of these guys play, but you've probably seen them on more of an individual level. Let's talk, because Mitchell Hargraves and George Wall are about to start. Have you watched many of their games?
Maybe a couple. They're very solid, very consistent. It's quite interesting that Wall's on the left side, because I know Hargraves, he tends to prefer that way. But it looks like, whoa,
a little shoulder check. So let's talk about that for our players that are viewing that might not necessarily understand what you're talking about. So Michelle's spot on. Like for Mitchell Hargraves, I call it the primary position. I don't know if that's the right term, but shootout there, Grewal getting the victory in that exchange. But George Wall has the forehand priority. You can see there he's on the left side of screen, meaning his right hand covers the middle of the court, whereas Mitchell Hargraves also right-handed, but he typically takes the position where George is. Michelle, what's the logic behind that?
Well, I think a lot of times it's who's more aggressive, who has a better reach, who's more comfortable on that side, because you end up having to take quite a few middle balls and coming over. So it might be that Wall and Hargraves, they've played together, used to Wall being the more aggressive one.
Yep.
Well, a little bit of a fall over there with George. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, the net roll not working out well. George Wall coming back from the States. I know he did have some injury concerns a little while back. Hopefully he's okay. That's gone wide.
And depending on really the strategy of the other side, you could end up not really hitting too many balls on that left.
Well, I guess it's kind of crazy to consider, right? Like, we know how good Hargraves is. So, but if you want to initiate that cross-dink rally, which we see so much in men's pickleball, it means you'll be... Like, who do you freeze out of George and Mitchell? Like, they're both so good.
I think it's you play to your strengths. So if you like the backhand cross, you do that, or the forehands, because they're both so solid.
Currently 0-3.
You do your own thing. That's all good.
So Dink rally's here. Speed up.
And that's the cover we're talking about, where you might have to do the backhand dinks and then come over with the middle. So you have to be ready for that and very mobile.
So we talked a fair bit about Mitchell and George, but Joey, great shot there, speaking of which, Joey. We'll see if it's called in or out. It's called in. So Wild, obviously new to the Australian space. He played at the Australian Pickleball Championships with Mitchell Hargraves. They took the gold for the men's. Absolutely lethal with his hands, and Jay Grewal, also a superstar, very lethal on the court.
I think he's played in the States a little bit as well, has he?
Yeah, that's correct for Joey Wild, yep. So, what do we, like, I know with your, I guess, limited expectation, or you've seen them play a little bit, but you mentioned sticking to your own game. So, if you were versing...
Oh, good leave.
If you were in Wild and Grewal's position here, and you were versing Hargraves and Wall, what strategies would you potentially have in play?
I think that they're very solid with the slow game. They obviously have quick hands, but if your game is more suited to the faster shots, I think speeding balls up that they might not expect, you might get a few cheeky little points.
Yep.
but just, I guess you have to see what you're doing well that day as well, because they're all 4 very great players on court, and you can have a good game, and you can be a little bit off sometimes. So
Pop-ups there. Oh, great recovery. Oh, good hands.
Great play. Great defense, come back, but Mitch Hargraves with the put away.
Well left. And as you mentioned earlier, Michelle, that's the hardest thing to do is let the ball go.
Especially when it's in your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Nice forehander for Greywall there.
Very patient right now.
Yeah, George Wall really using all of the court, getting some good angles.
This is good pickleball. Oh, ATP.
Oh!
Hit the post.
Just need a split second longer, but Mitch Hargraves very good with the ATPs.
Yeah. Yeah, captain consistent, normally nails them. Good
Had a
hands.
great speed up by George Wall.
Yeah, force the chicken wing. Once again, very patient play here. Forehand roll going long. So that seems to be basically the gist of Hargraves and Wall, right? Like they just want to get in that dink opportunity, force a pop up, put it away. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, they try and open up a little bit of space when they speed it up, hopefully force an error or get another ball that they can put away.
Yep.
The dinks are just so low right now, they can't attack. Oh, George Wall got to one.
Forehand error, very rare there for the Wall. But got to give credit to Joey Wild and Greywall. They stuck around. Do you think it's fair to say that Wild may be getting a little bit frozen out here?
I think, yeah, Wild is definitely not getting as many balls. His dinks are quite low, so if the Hargraves or Wall thinks that they're a little bit underhand there, they sometimes hit it to Wild.
Oh, look at the hands go. Firefight. Gentlemen, slow it back down. Pop up. Goes long. Sheesh, good hands.
So you see Wild trying to insert himself and get more of that middle court.
Yep. Hot hands, hot on the court. Probably pushing 30 or so degrees right now here in Blacktown. Oh, down the middle.
Oh, a bit of confusion.
Communication lapse there from the gentleman furthest from camera. Close game so far.
George Wall not happy with himself there. Oh, and he got a body bag.
Yep. I got to say, in regards to initiations of those pop-up balls, it seems like Grewal and Wild are just, they're initiating a little bit quicker. Like they're happy to take that risk.
Yeah, it looks like they're really happy to be in those hand battle, and looks like they're getting ahead in them. So if you're getting more of the points that way, that's a great strategy.
Yeah, exactly right. And Wild and Grewal now with the lead. Drop attempt unsuccessful. Pop up. Oh, nice hands. Ball still live. Ernie.
Early attempt.
No, not to be. This is a great rally.
Whoa,
Grewal.
Grewal was ready for that one. Just
Sheesh.
sitting on the forehand.
We have a timeout here on the side of Hargraves and Wall. What a shot there by Grewal. We're going to go through to a commercial break. We can all take a breath. Whew.
Things have a funny way of sneaking up on us. You play once, and you want to play again and again and again. You find yourself in driveways, courts, clubs, tournaments. You ask friends, colleagues, or even someone new. Today and every day, we celebrate the athlete in all of us. It's time to get out and play.
Welcome back. We're straight back into it. Dink rally commencing. It's a very strong start here for Wild and Grewal. Really pushing Hargraves and Wall around. Speed up is there. Good hands. Oh, wow.
Joey Wild just all over that ball. I think he's one of the fastest players with quick hands on the court at the moment.
He's... what was I calling him at APC? Wildfire. Reason being, as you mentioned, Michelle, he has incredibly fast hands at the net. Puts them away with high efficiency. So we're halfway through this first game, Michelle. Is there any trends that you're starting to see?
Well, Grewal and Wild, I think they're playing a bit more aggressive. Even if the ball is not too high, they'll start and attack the ball just like that, with Grewal getting out of the way and Wild finishing it. I think that Hargraves and Wall, they were just being a little bit more patient, but that's putting them a bit on a time crunch because at the end of the day, Grewal and Wild just speeding it up for them. Bit ambitious on that one.
Yeah, a bit too low for that, but the side out going in favour of Wall and Hargraves. George to bring it in.
And I think that Hargraves and Wall, they could benefit from maybe speeding it up a little bit more with that Grewal. They seem to be getting him quite a few times, just unable to put it away the next shot.
Pop up.
Maybe don't target it at Wild at the moment. He's on fire.
Yeah. Second server, Hargraves with ball in hand, the captain of the Sydney Smash, which we will see later on today for the Major League Pickleball Australia event. It's going to be a great time. Going to have Michelle in the booth with me. We're going to be yarning non-stop. And I believe all 4 of these gentlemen will be present in that event as well. So plenty of good action coming later on today. Who's going to fire first, Michelle?
I feel like George Wall is
Yeah, called it. Out of patience.
It was very good patience by all four guys on the court right now. When it's hot like this and those dinks are so low, bound to make a little bit of a mistake.
Yep.
It doesn't even have to be that much, just a ball's length.
Well, I mean, we talk about green light pickleball, using the traffic light system, and those green balls for players of this caliber. For our viewers at home, it might not be the same.
Yeah, they get a lot of top spin, so balls that maybe you at home might not be able to hit, they keep it in.
Yep. Spot on. We've got a timeout here, so the gentlemen are going to go and have a breather. We're going to jump into another commercial break. And we'll see you in a tick. Welcome back. We're back into it. Joey Wild serving. The gentlemen furthest from camera are looking really good right now.
Ooh. George Wall really wanted that one.
It's a game point opportunity here, Michelle, for Wild and Greenwald. You mentioned George Wall firing a little bit early there. What do Wall and Hargraves need to do here to get back into it?
I think George Wall had the right idea. Greywall and Wall very, very solid at the moment. But when Wall seems to fire it at Greywall's body, they tend to get a little bit of a higher ball. But definitely waiting for the right ball. Very patient. Oh, what a shot by Mitch Hargraves.
Down the line, perfect.
Got so much topspin on that.
And that's a game point. And Hargraves pulls that out. Jeez.
He's got a lot of trust in his shots.
Yep. Pressure irrelevant for Hargraves. Tremendous shot. Second serve up. Still a game point here for Joey Wild and Jay Greenwald. Too good. And they get it done, Michelle. I mean, I don't know what the seeding was for this tournament, but Greenwald and Wild, I don't know if they would have been up the top, but after that, they played tremendously well.
Very impressive.
They will take game one. For Hargraves and Wall, they've got to get back to basics. We're going to jump through to a commercial break as the gentlemen have a breather. Thank you once again to Engage for being the official paddle of Australian Pickleball Space, and for Franklin for being the ball of choice here in Australia. We are using the X40s for this event.
Things have a funny way of sneaking up on us. You play once, and you want to play again and again and again. You find yourself in driveways, courts, clubs, tournaments. You ask friends, colleagues, or even someone new. Today and every day, we celebrate the athlete in all of us. It's time to get out and play.
Welcome back. Game 2 underway. About to get started. And if you are just tuning in, Grewal and Wild took the first one, playing some very solid pickleball. A really good vibe here at the moment for PPL Sydney. Close to the camera, we have Wild and Grewal. They're returning. Mitchell Hargraves, George Wall with the first points of the game.
It'll be interesting to see what Wall and Hargraves do, if they do anything different to the first game. Ooh.
Well, I mean, it was quite a large amount of points difference between in the first. So if it was a close game, I'd say probably, like you would assume, maybe not. But
I really liked it when Hargraves was dinking cross with Grewal, and Wall would come in and speed it up, just like Joey Wild's been doing. They seem to have gotten a few more points that way in the last game.
so we have an outball here from Wild and Grewal. What's called out. I believe Wall is challenging it. We'll see what our officials call. So our officials just having a chat here, whether the ball was in or not. I'm not too sure if the call stands. It looks like it does because Grewal's still serving. Bit of a strange one there, Michelle, but thankfully we have highly qualified referees here at PPL Sydney, so the gentlemen know what they're doing. Either way, game has recommenced. Wild with the third shot drop. Oh. Ooh.
That just goes to show Grewal's athleticism. When you're about to hit a ball and you stop and you have to recover, very difficult.
Well, I often call it the baby wobble when you're trying to keep out of the kitchen. 2 errors in a row there for Wild. Side out. George Ball to bring it in. Grewal's playing very well too. Speed up, great defense.
Great hand.
Well done. Hold long.
Great speed up by Mitch Hargraves. You see he's playing on the left side. I think he's quite comfortable with the backhand dinks against Joy Wild and just speeding it up at Grewal's body.
That's 3 errors at the net there for Wild. Normally very consistent at the net. Pop up. Ball is out.
Another speed up by Mitch Hargraves. Looks like they're pulling the trigger a bit faster this time.
Yep. Yeah, opting to initiate. As we did mention in the last game, we thought the Wild and Greeble were doing that instead.
And again.
And again, yep. You might be onto something, Michelle.
Wild is also getting a bit iced out with the fewer dinks and less rallies going because they speeded up at Growell and hard for him to get a little bit of momentum.
Great shot. Pop-up was caused. The ball rolls away. We got a Sumi Rajpal in the back corner there retrieving it, sitting in the shade. It is quite warm right now. Good crowd though. So when you transfer to the kitchen cam, you'll see people on the upper and lower ends of the grandstand watching their roll. Gentlemen all playing very politely right now, Michelle.
I can feel it happening.
Yeah.
Coming. Oh. So tiring after you do 20 dinks in this heat. The Aussie summer's here.
Yes, unfortunately. In that roll, ball's good.
Few more points going to Wild and Grail. Hargraves not able to speed any balls up lately.
Well, it's an immediate adaptation. That's a great read there by Hargraves. Saw Greeble's momentum change, but it's a quick change of tactics, isn't it?
For sure. 'Cause it's so easy with pickleball to get on a roll and rack up the points.
Well, I refer to pickleball as a momentum sport very often. Oh, nice read again, Hargraves.
It's a great speed up. Very well coming in to cover the middle. Gets caught in that chicken wing spot again.
Nothing, I guess, over unorthodox so far, Michelle. Like, it's pretty standard pickleball.
Yep, they're all being very patient and I think speeding up pretty good balls when they get the chance.
Look how low these dinks are, it's crazy. The kitchen's a dance floor right now, the gentlemen all moving around. Crowd holding their breath, who's going to fire first? Lob.
Ooh.
Long. Ooh, what a rally.
I do like that idea though. He just a little bit long, but it was a great way. They're getting so low. Legs are starting to burn. Great change of pace.
Well, it's just trying to be unpredictable, right? Third shot drop is low. Bit of a breeze picking up here. See if it affects play at all.
Oh, and a speed up attempt by Hargraves.
Yeah, tried body checking his old teammate Joey Wild, but Wild was having none of it. Pirouette out of the way.
The wind kind of picked up at a time, and Wild did really well with just leaving it.
Very patient. It's actually interesting, Michelle. We haven't seen any Ernie attempts. The gentleman not going for many forward dinking opportunities. Only as a reset, really.
I think it's because all four of these guys very, very long reach. Can cover a lot of court with the Ernies. Ooh. Well, just getting a little bit impatient with that one.
And I honestly think that'll be George's and Mitchell's strategy. They want to out patience their opposition. It didn't win them anything in game one, though.
They seem to be getting their dinks a little bit lower this game, however, so...
Oh, tweener. Wall somehow. Oh my goodness, what a transition. Oh, it's called long.
Called long.
Good ball, pulling out all the tricks there, little tweener here. 3 on the score in game 2 of our open men's gold medal match. Make a bit of noise to all of our players here on our main court.
Hargraves to bring it in. Angle. Ooh. I thought. Oh, well played.
Bro, just waiting for that one.
I have to say, Grewal, he isn't getting too much of the ball, but he's making the most of his opportunities. It seems that he's... Yeah, like in that opportunity, they're immediately converted. Doesn't muck around with it, whereas Joey Wild seems to be getting a lot of those cross-dinking defenses, I suppose. I don't know what the term is, but he's in the thick of it for a long time.
Yeah, Wild's getting quite a few balls, but he's making a little bit more unforced errors, so Wall and Hargraves picking up on that. As I say that, the grey wall with an unforced.
We call that the commentator's curse, Michelle. Serve.
And another one.
Ooh, serving errors. Can't be doing them.
And the wind just picked up a little bit there.
So Wall and Hargraves just having a chat. Re-establishing some tactics. We're in game 2, by the way, if you're just tuning in. ATP.
Oh, ATP attempt.
It's a hard one there for Wall. That was so low to the ground too. Well left. I reckon it's probably close to 30 degrees or so on the court right now, Michelle, or outside of the court. But on the court, and I was saying this yesterday during our Masters events, Twitch, if you are watching, you can catch all the Masters singles games that we covered on the Pickleball Australia YouTube channel and the PPL Facebook page. All of our footage today is available on the PPL YouTube channel and the PPL Facebook page. But it was hot, and it's definitely heated up again right now.
I find that on the court, I don't know if it's a reflection, but you really feel the heat coming from the ground.
Yep, just radiates. Very similar to the ladies' game too, Michelle. No, or next, oh, great shot. Next to no third or fifth shot drives.
Yeah, it's quite interesting because Mitch Hargraves, very good singles player.
All these guys
all
are
of
great.
them are very good and known for their drives.
Yep. But it's just patient pickleball. Like the transitions. Let's keep an eye out for the next drive, and we'll see how long we have to wait because I don't think there's been many of them. Pop up. Grewal. Scrambling defense there, getting it back.
and a great leave.
And then Greywall thinks it was in. Close either way.
I think Greywall and Wild are definitely trying to speed it up before the other guys on that side, as it was working really well for them in the first game.
Yeah, I feel that this is a much slower game than the first one that we watched. It seems both sides are allowing that dinking play, but you're probably right with who opts to speed up first. Across Dink Rally. One thing we should probably also mention, Michelle, in comparison to the ladies' gold that we just covered, is that we have no lefties in this game. So
Very traditional, or what you normally see in pickleball.
I would say this is a very traditional base game. You know, a lot of dinking, old school pickleball. Like we've seen, what, one lob, minimal drives. There we go, George with a, I guess, controlled drive. Net roll. Ooh, blase there from Wild.
I thought Wild was going to go for the Ernie there.
Yeah,
But
not the
he's
case.
got a very long reach.
And that's probably something like, how tall do you reckon these, like all of these guys are roughly the same height. They're like well over 6 foot, right? I think that's,
Yeah, I think they're around maybe 6'1", 6'2" on average.
So the point we're making later, because sometimes the camera doesn't give it justice, like you don't know how tall everyone is. We have a timeout here, and the fellas are going to have a breather. We're going to have a breather and go through to a commercial. Thank you once again to 6-0.
Discover a community designed for over 50s that lets you do you.
And we're back into it. 5-7. Back to the dink rally. Ooh. Wildfire in there, but sends it into the stands. Maybe he had a Nutrigain bar or something. A bit too much energy. Had that timeout. Solid footwork. I was saying earlier, I thought I barely recognised Mitchell. He's had like a shave and a haircut. It's looking nice and crisp and clean. Captain of the Sydney Smash. There we go. I was waiting for it.
I was waiting, yeah.
It's like, come on, guys. They're all so polite. They say
You
chivalry.
do it. No, you do it.
Yeah. Chivalry is definitely not dead when all these guys are on the court. Buddy check. Behind the back.
Whoa.
Ball's good. Oh, no.
What a point.
That's in the chin. I don't know how Wild got that back. See, me personally, and viewers at home, let us know if you're in the same boat. I wouldn't even think about swinging my paddle behind my back. Like, I just, if it's gone past me, oh well. Like, I don't know, instinct of these players on another level. And that goes long. Greywall's wandered off the court. Is this a timeout? Looks like it is. Alright, well, we'll go through to another commercial break. We'll wait for him to hop back on.
Ready to discover a lifestyle designed for over 50s that lets you do you? Then you're ready to discover a Stockland Halcyon community. Be inspired in your new home with high quality finishes in a community filled with resort quality facilities that lets you unleash your passions. Whether it's relaxing with new neighbours that have become good friends or travelling on a whim, knowing your community is secure. With no stamp duty, no exit fees, and no worries. There's more time for you to do you. Discover a Stockland Halcyon community today.
Welcome back. Game has recommenced. 8-7 right now. What do you think was discussed during that timeout, Michelle?
Well, Hargraves and Wall, they look pretty energized, peppy after that.
Yep.
Well, Wild and Greywall, they look like they're a bit beaten down by the sun. They're taking a bit of a breather during that timeout. Weren't saying too much. So,
I mean, anyone that played at the Australian Pickleball Championships a couple of weekends ago, they know how hot it is here. Like, I would say, and for our viewers at home watching, it's not the same level of heat. It's probably not as hot, but regardless, it's still very warm. The wind is nowhere near as bad. But you're spot on, Michelle. Like, on those courts, it is tremendously hot. The players have to keep hydrated. Energy's going with the flow of the game. And these are all long rallies too. Like, this is not a quick and fast game.
no, they're being very patient. A lot of dinks.
Wall getting nearly all the ball here. Pop up, puts it away.
Whoa, and the put away.
Great shot there by Wall. Hargraves got one ball in that entire play. Set it up his teammate. Now Hargraves getting all the ball. I don't know, Michelle. It makes no sense. Oh, Wild. Right in the chin.
And that's a great change by George Wall. It's very difficult when you're in a hand speed battle going cross court
Yep.
You have a lot of time, a bit more than when you're face on, but you don't usually expect it.
No one sails long. Hargraves and Wall, slight lead. Game 2, if you are just tuning in, Greenwall and Joey Wild took the first one.
Ooh. Not sure what happened there.
Either way, Hargraves and Wall find themselves in the box seat right now. The gentlemen all dancing with each other at the moment. Speed ups there.
Ooh.
George Wall getting it done.
And we've got a game 3.
No, we do. Strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go through to a quick commercial break. You can all get yourself a cool beverage and strap yourselves in, because this game 3 is going to be an exciting one to watch here at PPL Sydney, this gold medal match.
Discover a community designed for over 50s that lets you do you.
Welcome back, straight back into a game 3, pickleball gold medal underway. That sails wide. Michelle, game 3. Let's talk through it. So you've got a high pressure situation. You've just had a brief timeout, or a referee timeout as we call it. What are you talking to your partner about?
I think game 3, it's so tight. You know, you're just trying to keep good energy with your partner, keep the momentum up, especially for Hargraves and Wall. And for Greywall and Wild, I think they looked a bit sluggish, just getting that energy back up, because they're all very good players, and it's a matter of who can feel it a bit better, who can feel the ball a bit better, and who ultimately is at the end.
Yeah, and the personalities of these gentlemen, I will also say, they're all very calm. Like, we do have some of our open men's players who are real fiery and, you know, confidence players, as we call them. I don't think any of these guys, they're always confident. Like, they're all just calm and composed.
They're always have trust in their shots.
Yep. Hargraves' pistol drop is good. And I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of this. Hopefully not a lot of that, as that sails long.
But these players, they all know how each one of them play, and it's a matter of getting them to do what you want them to do.
Yep. Just implement the strategies that have already been discussed, as we can see Wall and Hargraves talking.
And that is a great shot by George Wall. That's very difficult to get that backhand flick to Wild's left hip.
Speed up. It's a solid start here for Hargraves and Wall, sorry, getting it back. Firefight. Wildfire winning that one. And I think very little has changed from the last two games, Michelle. This is very similar. No one sails long.
I think they're all being quite strategic with their speed up location. It's not as quick as the first game, but they're definitely placing in more difficult spots for their opponent.
Just a little reminder as well, if you're feeling like you need to quench it,
A lot of discipline in that.
you can hit up a Heaps Normal non-alcoholic craft beer, proud sponsor of the Pickleball Pacific League. It's too good to be wasted. Grab a Heaps Normal non-alcoholic craft beer.
It's currently 2-0-2.
And we have a drive by George Wall.
There we go. That was what, 15 minutes that we mentioned it, so
Oh, and
there's
another.
another one. Oh, look out. Fast play. 4 points here for Wall and Hargraves, and in a game 3, absolutely critical. Keeping in mind, ladies and gentlemen, first side to get to 6 points, the players will swap sides on the court. You feel if Wall and Hargraves get another one, we may see a timeout from Wall and Wild?
Oh, well, looks like they are not. I think they should take a timeout soon because Wall and Hargraves are just racking up the points right now and really have the momentum.
Just cruise control. Yeah. 6-0, the player's going to swap sides of the court, and it seems that Wild and Grewal a little bit discombobulated at the moment. We're going to go through to another commercial break while we wait for our players to recommence the court. Thank you once again to all of our sponsors for being involved with PPL Sydney.
Ready to discover a lifestyle designed for over 50s that lets you do you? Then you're ready to discover a Stockland Halcyon community. Be inspired in your new home with high quality finishes in a community filled with resort quality facilities that lets you unleash your passions. Whether it's relaxing with new neighbours that have become good friends or travelling on a whim, knowing your community is secure. With no stamp duty, no exit fees, and no worries. There's more time for you to do you. Discover a Stockland Halcyon community today.
Welcome back. The second half of this game 3 underway. Good hands. And yeah, I agree with you, Michelle. I think that what you said earlier about Grewal and Wild's energy, they just seem a little bit flat. How do you, if you're in that situation where you need to fire yourself up or fire your partner up, like what kind of advice would you be giving if you were in this game?
It's a lot of finding what works for you. For me, I personally think get your head in the game. You're in your third game of the gold medal match. You didn't work all this all day for this to kind of not give it your best. So it's what works for you really, and at the end of the day, it's being able to manage your. Oh, we got an Ernie.
There we go. It's the first one for the game.
And
George
like
Wall.
you said, they're a bit deflated at the moment, while being very
No one likes having an Ernie done to them.
Yeah.
It's quite demoralising, but I think for Grewal and Wild, like they're both superstars. They just need to dig deep here.
and they have quite a bit of experience. So
One of our officials has jumped in the way of the kitchen cam once more, so we'll just stick to the main camera.
getting a bit more energy from them. Oh, and an ATP attempt. Just sailed long. George Wall did really well to get that ball and cover all of that court.
I think the one thing we haven't talked about is serving. Like, we've seen a couple errors here and there, but, you know, the players aren't doing anything crazy either. It's just get the ball in. Do you find that surprising for a gold medal? You don't see players trying to, like, really win the points on the first serve? Or is it just consistency?
I feel with all of these players here, they can hit very hard, but they expect that their opponents can handle it. So that little bit extra that you might put into a serve is a bit too risky.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to get it deep and maybe at their backhands.
It's always a funny thing, Michelle. We have players that try and, you know, absolutely rip serves. This here is a good example, ladies and gentlemen. You got the 4 best players in Australia going toe-to-toe for a gold medal. And it's very simple. What they're doing, they just want to get the ball in.
Very consistent.
Ernie.
Oh, and an Ernie by Joey Wild.
Yeah, Wild happy with that. Then we're talking about confidence. That may get the ball rolling here for Wild and Grewal. Great shot.
They're putting up the fight.
It's not exactly an easy shot either, like a backhand Ernie. It's such a, I don't know, it feels unnatural almost, like you're swinging mid-air.
You have to have really good timing for it.
Solid reset. Oh, Grewal got all of them but the easy one over. How common is that too? That happens all the time, I swear. You're locked in, get all the difficult resets, and then...
I think you expect it to come a little bit harder, and it doesn't, so you take a bit too much off.
Speed up, recovery, pirouette. Oh, what?
A little bit of unlucky
Yeah.
with that bounce there. Maybe Hargraves targeting it a bit more.
Well, that's just really unlucky for Joey Wild. I mean, we're talking about confidence and, you know, the gentlemen closest to camera need to really dig deep here and pull it back out. We're seeing errors now.
Might be a good time for a timeout.
Yep.
Just to reset.
Speed up. Too good. Yeah, it's fair to say George Wall and Mitchell Hargraves have made basically no errors this game. Playing at a very high clip, cruising to victory right now.
Oh, and a great shot by George Wall. He's got such a long reach.
Yep.
Very difficult to keep that ball in the kitchen.
I would love to see the you know, we call it the wingspan. Oh, that's in anyway.
Oh,
That's very well done there by Hargraves and Wall. They get it done.
That's it, ladies and gents.
what a great game.
Your Open Men's gold medalist,
Too strong.
Mitchell Hargraves.
And we're going to close down the stream, ladies and gentlemen, as we will be going through to the Major League Pickleball Australia events on next. You can catch that on the MLP Australia YouTube channel. Thank you for jumping in, Michelle. We'll see you. You're going to cop in and do the MLP Australia events as well. So
Yep.
we'll be back live very soon. But once again, guys, you can catch that on the Major League Pickleball Australia. We will see you very soon. Thank you.